How's it going, everybody? It's MTG Mondays. It's been a long time since I made a video. I've been extremely overly busy with school. I'm trying to apply myself more and actually do schoolwork instead of playing Magic and everything all the time. But I'm in my senior year of college, so things really started to get hectic not too long ago. And but it's starting to slow down a little bit, so I'm starting to have time to actually make videos. I really want to get back into it, and I hope you guys are still here and watching my videos. I want to start making more content for you guys, and as you can see, I got a green screen, so I'm going to try to start using that. And I've been playing a lot of EDH lately. That's really what really got me back into playing Magic, is playing EDH at a local shop. I've been working on 3 different standard decks. I'll let you guys see those sometime soon. I'll do deck techs on them. Like I said, I've been starting to get back into it, starting to actually play more, and I really want to make more content for you guys. I really love making videos, and I want to make it something that I do. And so I'm definitely going to try to keep up with a nice schedule and, at least get at least a video a week, if not more. I have quite a few deck techs to show you guys if you want. I've got most all of my EDH decks that I've been playing are all updated. They all have new cards. Like I said, I have 3 different standard decks I'm going to do deck techs on. Well, anyways, today, to just jump right back into things, I'm going to give you guys the updated deck tech of... let me get the glare off there. Of Karn Silver Golem. And this is my favorite EDH deck, other than Maga. I've got like 8 or 9 or 10. I don't know how many EDH decks I have. I have an entire backpack full of them. But this is definitely my favorite. It's my... it's one of the hardest ones to build anything for, because something new has to come out and it has to be very, very good for it. So... anyways, let's take a look at it. Alrighty guys, first we're going to start off with the lands here. First off, we have Urza's Power Plant. These are just ones that add more than one, they add 2 color, or 2. First off, we got Urza's Power Plant. These are ones that just add 2 or more. So we've got Urza's Power Plant that adds 2, Urza's Mine that adds 2. We've got the whole Urzatron in there. Really good. Ancient Tomb. Really good card for trying to get stuff out really early. Same thing with Crystal Vein. Sorry if you can't see, the lighting in my room is kind of atrocious. Temple of False God also adds 2. There's the other half of the Urzatron. This one adds 3. Then we go to Scorched Ruins. This one adds 4, one of my favorite lands in the deck. Cloudpost can add, I think, a total of 4 if I remember right. Somewhere around there. Springjack Pasture is really good. When you get into the land destruction, we got Tectonic Edge. There we go. Tectonic Edge. Wasteland. Ghost Quarter. Strip Mine. Dust Bowl. We've got 2 different maze effects. We've got Mystifying Maze and Maze of Ith. Now we're getting into the man lands, which is Gargoyle Castle. There's this factory. This one just creates tokens, but I put it in this category. Stalking Stones. Dread Statuary. Zoetic Cavern. You can morph it, which is kind of neat, and I really like the alternate art on it. Mutavault. Inkmoth Nexus, one of my favorite cards from the Phyrexia set. Mishra's Factory. Now we're just into the lands that do other things. So we've got Rath's Edge, where you sacrifice a land, it deals 1 damage to something, plus adds mana. Buried Ruin, which brings something back, an artifact back to your hand by sacrificing it. Awesome card. Desert deals 1 damage to target attacking creature. Really good. Mikokoro draws me some cards. Draws everybody some cards. Ghost Town. If they're going to kill it with something, you can just return it to your hand, which is nice. High Market. High Market, it adds colorless mana, and you gain 1 life for sacking a creature. So if you need to get rid of a creature, why not gain 1 life, right? Or if a creature's going to die, why not gain 1 life? Tower of the Magistrate. For 1, it gives target creature protection from artifacts, which is really, really good when you have Mycosynthellatus on the field. Phyrexia's Core. Second artifact to gain a life. Pretty good. Winding Caverns. You can play stuff with Flash. I like this card a lot. Rogue's Passage, another new addition from Return to Ravnica. Target creature's unblockable for 4. That's kind of good when your creatures get really, really big. Sheltered Valley, it has a wall of text on it, but basically, if you play this first turn, you keep playing a land until you have 3 or fewer. If you have more than 3 lands, you don't gain a life at the beginning of your upkeep. So it's kind of nice on like the very first turn you play it. Glimmerpost, just to gain some life and add more lotuses for Cloudpost. Darksteel Citadel is kind of just a land that just sits there. It's indestructible. Also counts as an artifact, so that's nice. Reliquary Tower, because I tend to draw a lot of cards in this deck. Now we're going to get on past the lands. We're going to go to some mana-adding artifacts. So first off, we got Mind Stone. Tap to add 1, or you can pay 1, tap it to draw a card for 2. It's pretty good. Ur-Golem's Eye, just adds 2 mana to your mana pool. Kind of nice. Sisei's Ring, adds 2 mana. Sol Ring, every EDH deck has to have this. Grim Monolith, 2 to add 3, doesn't untap unless you pay 4, kind of good. Thran Dynamo, 4 for 3, kind of good. I like this one a lot. Basalt Monolith is one of the combo pieces in the deck because it taps for 3 and untaps for 3, so that's pretty nice. Mutavault adds 3, and you take a damage every turn for how long it's tapped, which kind of sucks, but you can get around it pretty easy. Dreamstone Hedron, 3, and you can also draw 3 cards for 6. Kind of costs a lot, but I make artifacts cost really cheap in this deck. So Blinkmoth Urn adds a lot of mana to your mana pool if you have a whole bunch of artifacts. Kyren Toy, I really like this card. I don't really see it in a lot of decks, but it basically is like the storage land that I have for artifacts. Now we're going to move on. To the artifacts that just do things, such as Oblivion Stone. Kills things and keeps things around if you put fate counters on. Spine of Ish Sah kills things. Very awesome. Really good to recur it. If you have infinite mana and have some way to sack this for something, you can just recur it all over and over and over again. Defense Grid, make things cost more, because I really don't play all that many instants on my opponent's turn. So, Null Brooch, awesome card. I really like this card a lot. It saved me so many times. Semblance Anvil, make things cheaper. It's awesome. Unwinding Clock, awesome card. Untaps everything. It's a Seaborn Muse for all my artifacts. That's pretty good. Ensnaring Bridge is extremely good. It almost won me a game last weekend, but yeah, they ended up killing it after getting through so many things that they had to get through just to get to this, so that was pretty fun. Portcullis kind of puts a damper on people who play a lot of creatures, because this deck really doesn't have all that many creatures, but so this one's pretty good. Library of Leng, I really like this card for if I have to discard things, and plus, like I said, I have a lot of cards in my hand usually, so skip the discard phase is pretty nice. Scroll Rack, I don't know, it's an artifact deck, why not have Scroll Rack, it's really good. Mirror works to copy any shenanigans that I wish for 2, so it's kind of fun. Divining Top, because it's Divining Top. Mind's Eye, draw some cards, pretty good card. Memory Jar, draw some more cards. I guess now I'm getting into the draw cards. So yeah, Memory Jar, draw more cards. Really good if you can recur it, it's fun. Bottled Coister goes really well with Ensnaring Bridge. It makes you not attack, but lets me attack. Planar Portal, go find things. A reusable tutor, so really nice. Sculpting Steel, copy some stuff. And it's a Karn deck, so why not have Karn Liberated in there? Awesome card. Usually when he hits, it's a pretty big powerhouse for this deck. All is Dust for a board sweeper, pretty good. Duplicate for some removal. Copper Gnomes to slam down a big, high-costing artifact pretty soon in the game. Wormcoil Engine, because it's one of the best creatures ever made, in my opinion. Love this card so much. Darksteel Juggernaut, because he's humongous in this deck, and he just wreaks havoc, and they can't really deal with him. Shimmer Mirror, makes all my things come out like Flash, like this card. Platinum Angel, why not? Can't lose the game with it. Lodestone Mirror, fun card. Now we're getting into some recursion with Arcbound Reclaimer, Mirror Retriever, and Junk Diver, pretty much the same thing. Scarecrow, return something into play or draw cards with it. The bottom effect is really, really powerful. Once you get infinite mana and you're able to untap and tap a lot of things. And now we're getting into the kind of the combo portion of the deck. I'm going to set this guy aside for now. One of the combos that I have is the Neverno's Disc Darksteel Forge combo. It's kind of a jerk move, but I like to use terrible cards in this deck that make people hate me, because it's so fun to play those kind of cards sometimes. So I have that combo, which basically I destroy everything in Ever that you ever play, except for lands. So, actually, yeah, I kill everything, whatever. I like this card a lot. That combo anyways. Rings of Bright Hearth combos with pretty much everything in the deck. I'll get to that in a second. Okay, so one of my infinite mana combos is Pentavis, Clan Ironworks, and Blade of the Blood Chief. And so what you have to do is you pay 1 mana to make a token, okay? Then you sacrifice that token, and it just to crack Clan Ironworks, which gives you 2. And every time you sack that token, it'll put the counter right back on Pentavis. So you really don't lose a token because you don't have to use this ability. So then what you do is you just keep using this ability for 1 mana, and each time you use the Crack Clan's ability, you net 1 mana. So you just sit there and make a dude, sack it, make a dude, sack it, make a dude, sack it. And then you have infinite mana with that. The next combo is with these two, another scumbag combo. You turn everything into an artifact of Mycosynthelatus, and then you blow up their lands with Karn, because Karn makes it so you turn them into creatures, and they are 0/0 creatures, and so they go poof. I use this one a lot usually, just because I always have access to him usually, and I just need to draw this card basically to get it active. Karn actually has a lot of combo enablers in this deck, so I'll set him there. Another thing to do with your infinite mana is win with these 2 cards here. The 2 cannons. Well, one's a rocket launcher, I guess. So this one says rocket launcher. Basically, you pay 2 to do 1 damage. You can't use it the first turn you play it, so you have to have it in play for a little bit. So basically, you just keep stacking the triggers, and it'll deal however much damage you want. And the same thing with Goblin Cannon. And you have to sacrifice it when you're done. This one dies when you're done with it too. So now we're going to get into the combos that go with Karn and this little guy right here. When you have infinite mana, you have to make sure that this one has been out for a couple turns, at least 1 turn, so it doesn't have summoning sickness. So basically, what you do is you turn it into a creature with Karn, and so you turn it into a creature with Karn, with this one into a creature, and then with Voltaic Construct. After you have infinite mana, of course, because without infinite mana, this becomes very expensive. You tap this for 4 to give them all that garbage, all that stuff that it says. So you tap this for 4 to make them do all that stuff it says right there. And then, with your infinite mana, you just untap the target artifact creature for 2, and then you just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. It's really fun to do it that way, and you can just end a game if you get this. Another thing you can do is use Soul Foundry. Get a whole bunch of dudes with infinite mana. This one, whole bunch of dudes. Whole bunch of permanents destroyed. Make your guys humongous with this. Make everybody draw a whole bunch of cards. You can just untap a different artifact with this if you turn this into a creature, so it's kind of fun. Make everything indestructible while this is in play. Pretty much do everything with this card. The last combo piece with that is Mir Welder. He takes on the role of any of these things and doesn't need Karn. These 2 work together with infinite mana, so he doesn't really need Karn. You just have to take something. There's another way to get infinite mana that's actually pretty easy to do. You just need these 2 things here. Basically, you just you tap this for 3, you untap it for 3. You have to have extra mana to use it, and then you copy the untap ability with this one. So you tap it for 3, untap it for 3 while copying that, putting that ability on the stack. Before this ability resolves, you tap it again, then this ability will resolve. You tap it again, add 3, and then you'll have enough mana to keep doing that over and over and over and over again, and that nets you infinite mana. So that's really fun to do because you get infinite mana. Alright guys, well that was my Karn Silver Golem deck tech. Tell me what you think in the comments below. I'm happy to be back, and hopefully I can get a lot more videos out there for you guys.